This is like potentially the most unflattering angle of my room, but this is where the windows are. So today is the first day of fall and I'm wearing a sweater and it's just magical outside and I'm very excited. I was walking home from my morning classes and I was like, I'm gonna go get a latte because it's perfect weather outside. I'm just gonna go get my latte, it's gonna be great. I was all in my sweater and my leggings and my boots and I just felt so like, that's an emotion now. And then I had to awkwardly shuffle away from the counter because I was like, ooh, I forgot my wallet. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. And I felt like that was God sending me a sign like, shh, no, white girl, sit down. You've done enough today. So location change. I am in my apartment now, which I'm not gonna give you a tour of because it's really, really messy. And also I just don't feel like moving the camera right now. Quality vlogger 2K-teen. Mom, I'll make a tour of my apartment soon so you can actually see it. I know you're the only one who really wants to see it. Alright, so life updates. I feel like I haven't talked to y'all in such a long time, like really talked to y'all, that I'm not talking about like booktubeathon or any of that stuff now, just like let's talk about life and where we are and things we're excited about. So I'm in this class about stories and storytelling and why we need narrative, why we have it in society, why it's important, blah, blah, blah. And my teacher is this adorable older woman who is very passionate about her job, very passionate about her work, but she is so out of touch with pop culture at the moment, and it's just because in the class we are discussing current things like creepypasta and Humans of New York and fanfiction.net. When she brought up fanfiction.net, I just had this image of her sitting there reading like Klain fanfiction or whatever, and then thinking about the sociological, psychological reasons why we feel we need that narrative, and I hope to God we had that discussion. I would have a lot to contribute. Segue. I've always been a bigger fan of making New Year's resolutions at the beginning of a school year rather than like the beginning of the actual like new year, because that's what my life revolves around. It's like from September until May. That's like my year and it goes in that fashion as opposed to like 2014 to 2015. So one of my like new year resolutions is to just take my camera everywhere, whether that be my iPhone or my DSLR, just take it and take pictures and document things and hopefully make some really cool stuff out of it, because I didn't do a whole bunch of that last year. I did a lot of video last year, but not as much as I would have liked, and I did not take enough pictures last year, and I was just upset about that when I really looked back and thought about it, and I was like, I'm gonna do that more. I think that's important. Also, I have a blank wall, and I kind of want to fill it up. So I'm gonna take more pictures. In case you haven't seen my last video, click on that to go to it. I just took my camera out into the woods with my friends Paul and Julie and we had a lot of fun and we just made a little thing, and I wanna do things like that. Just like document really weird stuff, but important stuff to me, like when I'm with people. Second New Year's resolution, that was a great segue. That was really poorly executed, but I'm just gonna make time for people and things that make me happy. My friend and I were in the car the other week and we were talking about what we kind of wanted to do this year, why we wanted to make it different from last year and all this stuff, and she was just like, this year I'm not gonna be so focused on planning things and trying to get everything right. I'm just gonna go with it, and if it sounds fun and I have the means to do it, I'm gonna do it. Just doing whatever, you know, makes you feel good and happy within reason. That could go very badly, very fast. And I was like, yes, same, okay, like that's a perfect thing to think and feel and want to do. I feel like this is the attitude that everybody has during their freshman year of college, but my freshman year was different because it was overstimulating a little bit and it intimidated me, and I was very caught up in being like this particular sort of person, and I had a lot of anxiety about it, and it just wasn't super good for me. A lot of the time I couldn't be myself, or I didn't allow myself to be myself, and I wasn't in a place where I felt like I could do that, and that made me a bit of a shut-in, and I had a little bit of an anxiety issue with the whole idea of it. And that's not to say that like I didn't have fun or make friends or anything, because I did, and I had a pretty good freshman year all around. It just like wasn't as liberating as it probably should have been for those reasons, which is why I've decided to make this year my bitch. I'm also trying to be really healthy in like every sense of the word, most times. Because sometimes you want to go get 20 chicken nuggets for $5 and sit in your bed and watch Buffy, and that is perfectly fine. Sometimes that is a needed thing. Sometimes that is how you need to take care of yourself. Right now I'm just focused on being the happiest and healthiest I can be, because why not? It's a basic human thing that you can do, but sometimes I do have to like verbally or mentally remind myself, hey, that's not super good for you. Don't do it. Whether that be like taking mental rest days or not drinking a whole bunch of caffeine or buying fruit instead of bologna at the supermarket, which I've never called it a supermarket before. Where did that come from? I don't know. This is just the year that I do what I want and get what I want and don't apologize for it, and I sound like a really cheesy tagline in a movie. Speaking of which, my friends and I are trying to write a short film. Maybe if I tell the internet about it, it'll actually happen because I'll feel a sense of responsibility here. Perhaps not. But yeah, we're trying to organize that and actually put it into production and make something for once in our freaking lives. And if that does happen, I will totally share it with you. I have missed making things on a large scale and having projects and being busy. I am busy. That's not a, you know what I mean. I'm just rambling now. I am going to make myself food and get into bed and watch Buffy. It's gonna be a magical experience. Anyway, I will see you in, I wanna say a week, but it really could be 3 months. I don't really know. Bye! I wonder how much background noise this mic is gonna pick up from the street because it currently sounds like someone is firing a gun in the middle of downtown. I love playing the gunshots or fireworks game. Both are not exactly common, but this is a game I play almost every night.